want to bring to the body a resolution that was passed out of the House Rules Committee as it met earlier today. The special order resolution before you sets House Bill 5683, which is the redistricting bill, for immediate consideration following the adoption of this resolution, with the following parameters for debate. I would note that the parameters for debate were set pursuant to House Rules 6.3, paragraph 15, subsection B, if you were curious. What it does is identifies and clarifies that the process for taking up amendments on House Bill 5683 will be different and will look closer to how the House operates when the previous question has been invoked. Each member may select or introduce an amendment for a total of no more than 124 amendments. Again, importantly, that's one amendment going forward per member. I would just remind everyone we have been in here since Friday and made our way, I believe, through 9 amendments so far. The resolution provides that the amendments, again, can either be those selected from the 600 some odd amendments that have already been introduced, or they can be new amendments that are placed on the desk, but those amendments have to be placed on the desk or introduced by tomorrow when session convenes, which I understand will be at 10 a.m. Staff will be available beginning at 8 a.m. They will remain late tonight to help you with that and ensure that our debate then proceeds tomorrow pursuant to that protection. Other than those additional amendments, one additional amendment per member, no further amendments may be offered, no substitutes will be offered, and then the proponents of an amendment will be allowed 3 minutes in favor of the amendment and 3 minutes in opposition to those amendments. Those rules mirror the parameters that exist in our invocation of the previous question, cloture, if you will, that exists elsewhere in our House rules. When we get to, if we get to the final reading of the bill, members will be limited to one 10-minute speech, and then thereafter, on third reading, there will be no speeches allowed. No motions other than the main question will be in order on the third reading. And if we got to that stage where the bill was passed from this chamber over to the Senate and modified and then back, of course, to us, during Senate amendments, there would be one amendment allowed by the majority leader, one amendment allowed by the minority leader, but no other amendments. And the debate at that stage would be 1 hour on each of those amendments, split evenly between the proponents and opponents of those amendments. If this is an important change from normal operation, because we've seen today a number of attempts to try and have us adjourn in a dilatory way. There is a change to our rule for the debate that limits a motion to adjourn or recede that is negative, that it would be a requirement of 5 hours before that motion could be made again, except after adoption of this resolution or upon second reading of 5683. Except as otherwise provided by the special order resolution, motions listed in Rule 8.5 will not be in order until House 5683 receives a second reading. I would remind the body that we got to this phase of the bill development because after the bill having had been filed on May 7th, that the map room had opened on May 12th at noon. The map room remains open from 9 a.m. to 5 a.m., 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., Monday through Friday, and was open this past Saturday by appointment. The redistricting website additionally was created on May 9th, and the map was uploaded at that time, as well as accompanying statistical information. The redistricting guidelines were also adopted on May 9th and added to the website at that time. And I just, again, remind you of that. I know you all know, but to ensure that there is not a question that, that remains on that end. Be happy to take any questions, Mr. Speaker.
All right, Mr. Jordan is recognized for a question.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Caskey, just a couple real quick clarifications. When you're talking about the amendments, so each member would be able to put up one amendment, correct?
Yes, sir.
And I think you said that can be an amendment that is either sitting on the desk currently or it has not seen the desk yet. Is that correct?
So between the adoption of the resolution now and the time that the session convenes tomorrow, so 10 a.m., each member may select an amendment that has already been introduced or draft a new amendment and place it on the desk, and that amendment would then be available for debate. Importantly, there is no requirement to affirmatively pull down any amendment that's already there, but if there is an amendment on the desk and a member wants to have that amendment taken up pursuant to this resolution, they do need to affirmatively get with staff tonight or tomorrow morning. And as I mentioned, staff has offered to come in early at 8 a.m. tomorrow to help with that.
And then two real quick last questions. It'd be of those amendments, I'm assuming you'd be precluded from going back and dealing with an amendment the body has already dealt with. So, for instance, I think you said we're on amendment 8 or 9. Those are gone, correct?
So the resolution does not state that, but if that were something that a member chose to pursue, I think that a point of order would be appropriate at that time. Obviously, that's a decision for the chair to make, but the asked and answered element of that, I think, would apply, and I would caution members against that practice, but the resolution doesn't speak to that directly.
And then lastly, in the event we send something over, the Senate makes an amendment, it comes back, I think is there 1 hour of debate or 2 hours of debate?
There's 1 hour of debate on each amendment that might be offered. The resolution provides that the majority leader and the minority leader each would have the right to introduce an amendment, and that debate would be for 1 hour, up to 1 hour, divided evenly between the proponents and the opponents, so 30 minutes for, 30 minutes against.
And then actually on the bill?
So on Senate amendments, that would be the totality of the debate. On the bill itself, on second reading, members would be limited to one 10-minute speech.
Thank you, Mr. Caskey.
Mr. Govan is recognized for the next question. Mr. Govan.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Caskey. Can you address, did you know that in 32 years as a member of this body, that this is unprecedented in
All right,
terms of
hold on a second. Mr. Govan, I'm sorry to interrupt you. It's 5 minutes for proponents, 5 minutes for opponents, and so Mr.